Hello and welcome back to The Wolf Among Us. In the last episode, we got our ass kicked by Bloody Mary, but I think we may have had the last say in that situation. In this episode, we are going to start it off by reading some fables. Oh man, yeah, also Vivian sacrificed herself so that all the other girls, at this point I think it's only Narissa. Like, what kind of operation do you have when you only have like 4 women? One of them is your girl. Vivian's story, The Girl with the Ribbon. Vivian was the very first to bear the curse of the purple ribbon. Removing the ribbon would result in death, and any attempt to talk about it was thwarted by the spell upon it. As time went on, she tried to live a normal life. Eventually, she married an Iceman, but he was constantly wondering about the ribbon around her neck. Despite her pleas for him to leave it alone, one night while she was sleeping, he attempted to remove it. As he pulled on the edge of the string, Vivian woke and saw what her husband was doing. In a panic, she pulled away, preventing the ribbon's knot from being undone. Furious, she tried to express the severity of his actions, but her husband was unable to understand. She realized then that she couldn't trust him and decided to leave. She lived alone for the rest of her days in the homelands, preferring the safety of isolation to the risk of another betrayal. The Pudding Pie, Vivian Georgie's place. Vivian and Georgie met during the exodus from the homelands, and they helped each other survive the long journey to the mundane world. Upon their arrival, however, they found it hard to make a decent living with what little money they had. They opened the Pudding Pie. Operating a strip club may not have been the most desirable occupation, but they figured it was better to being in charge of a place like that than be forced through this desperation to work at one. Winter Wolf, Bigsby's mother. Oh. Winter fell in love with the North Wind and bore him 7 wolf cubs, but he quickly grew tired of her and left Winter heartbroken and alone. She tried to care for the cubs despite her grief. She was especially fond of Bigby, but as the runt of the litter, he was often teased by his older brothers. After Winter's death, Bigsby's siblings went in search of their father, but Bigsby stayed behind to protect his mother's corpse from scavengers. Unfortunately, he was too small to defend her. From then on, he vowed to eat something bigger each day until he was large enough to confront his father and finally make him pay for the pain he caused his family. The Big Bad Wolf, Bigby's true form. Bigby's true form is that of a giant 8-foot-tall wolf. In addition to his iconic huff and puff power, he has also inherited another ability from his father, the North Wind. That explains a lot. For example, Bigby is able to hold his breath for an abnormally long amount of time, making it impossible for him to drown. Mary's loyalty, part of the job. Bloody Mary began working for the Crooked Man many centuries ago. He promised her freedom to do as she pleased as long as she agreed to act as his personal bodyguard and hitman. Because of the Crooked Man's power of influence, Mary had never had to worry about getting caught by the authorities. She enjoys her job immensely and would defend the Crooked Man to the death, mostly because she finds it fun. Well, that's pretty cool stories there, especially about the Winter Wolf and the North Wind, explaining a lot about Bigsby's stories and how they coincided with each other. I don't think she's done. Huh. So is he gonna be... Hey, what's up, guy? A silver bullet.
Hello, Bigby. You look tired.
Give me one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
This gun holds... I won't miss next time.
I should have listened.
Before you do anything with me, I thought I should point out a few things. Snow White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I want.
That's the plan.
That's right. But what happens to you once you get there is a different story.
I'm not quite finished. You will bring me back alive. Look, all I ask for is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community. And I'm sure Miss White would agree that I should be given a fair trial. Can we at least agree on that? I will have a trial. Are we clear?
I wanted to say
There's no
yes.
reason for us to be at each other's throats here.
That's funny, coming from a guy pointing a gun at my head.
This is just a precaution. I'm sure you understand. I'm no murderer, Mr. Wolf. I didn't kill those women. And I think you know that.
Yes.
All I'm asking for is a chance to explain my side of the story.
Say nothing. I'm not getting the options that I want to say here.
I'm a businessman, not a killer.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will, as long as you agree to my terms.
Your terms.
Because I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community.
Fine.
I don't mean to belabor the point, but just so we're clear, if you change your mind and decide to do something stupid, you won't get your answers. But you will have a difficult time explaining yourself to Miss White and the rest of this miserable town. You're often reckless, and I worry you're not thinking of the... Let me ask you an honest question. What do you really care about here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want
It's
the
about
truth?
justice.
This is about justice. I'm the sheriff. I have to do what's right. 2 people were murdered.
And you know who did it. Georgie. He's dead, isn't he?
I don't know.
My point being, the killer has been dealt with. You've won.
You really think I'm that stupid?
I understand you have an obligation to bring me in, but you can brighten up a little. It's over. So, shall we get going? I'd
Okay,
rather
let's
not
go.
dawdle.
All right, let's go. Hand over the gun.
I think I'd rather hold on to it, if you don't mind. What do you say?
He's gonna shoot me, isn't he? He's gonna shoot me.
Fine. I'm sure Miss White will be pleased. Such a reliable pup. I
Cuff him.
understand why she'd want to keep you around.
You're under arrest. You'll be given a trial in front of your peers. And your punishment will follow.
Bureaucracy. He's probably gonna walk. But then again, I'm a cop. It's my job to bring him in. May I let my last cigarette? Great. Am I gonna die?
I know. But we have to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing
Are
happening?
we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to...
As the crooked man,
He's
he's not
back.
really crooked.
Crooked man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble.
I'm fine.
At the Crooked Man's place.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
I guess you've been worse. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
Could
What do you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get
Those
off?
poor
You
girls.
think you have the right to
And what
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook!
This. You should be
Fucking
ashamed.
shithole.
Everyone? Can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder of
As I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
You gave the
I
order.
don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White.
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
He suffered at the
Sheriff?
end.
Georgie paid for what he did. In the end, there was a fight, and he bled out from his wounds. It's over.
So he's dead? That's what you're saying?
I can't believe it was him.
So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the charges.
What other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights, Miss White.
Fine,
Unless
go
you
ahead.
plan to abandon the charter entirely.
Fine. Go right ahead.
Wait, that's not how this works. After the rest of your crimes are read through, then you will have an opportunity to defend yourself, but only then.
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
Aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical
Don't
artifacts.
interrupt.
Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're
Come on,
involved.
it's obvious.
Say
And
nothing.
there's all the other crap he's done.
We all know who you are. We know what you've done.
Just give it up already.
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government, and most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
This is ridiculous.
So, what do
have
you
the
got to
floor.
say?
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
Georgie's
once.
always been a bit
Say
of a
nothing.
powder keg. It was only a matter of time before something like this happened. Maybe I should have kept an eye on him. But can you really blame me for what happened?
Of course we can. Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
It was a
You
trap.
weren't being helpful. You were trying to set me up. Your people tried to kill me.
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I've protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
What's he talking about?
You better have
I
a
really
point.
hope you're going somewhere with this.
I see, you want to cut right to the point. I can appreciate that. Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted... that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Yes, but
Wasn't I?
That was
Crane
Crane.
was the one who let this town go to the fucking dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really? What about Archie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
She wanted my tree destroyed, but Bigby refused.
What?
you were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
Is that true?
Don't try to
I know
manipulate.
what you're doing, and it's not gonna work. You can't manipulate us or these people. We're not here to talk
Oh,
about
we're
this.
not?
Bigby just
This
means
is
that-
important, and I'm glad it's being talked about.
You know why I asked him to destroy your tree. You were working with Crane and the Crooked Man.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with the Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away. But I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can.
We're trying to
But
protect
I can
you.
promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect you. We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength. And if things didn't fall exactly his way,
He took in Lily
someone
from
would
us.
die.
He took Faith and Lily from us. And while we can never get them back, we can certainly punish who's responsible.
They're right.
You're all still afraid.
I was
of
afraid
him,
that we wouldn't be
even
able to
now.
pull them, but
But you needn't be. His
Them, I think we
contamination
got.
of this town is over. And those girls will have their justice.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie
murders.
was working for you. Bigby got a
A
confession that...
confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's history.
What are you talking about?
what about your
Snow?
history?
So, are we done?
And what about your history? All you've done to this fucking town?
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of
need...
course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did, because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course.
Say nothing.
Whatever you're getting at, get to it.
If I'm to blame for Georgie's mistakes, shouldn't Miss White be held accountable for Bigby's actions as well?
Like what?
How about the way he treated the poor woodsman when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that
Snow
go?
wasn't
You can't
involved.
be serious.
Snow had nothing to do with it. We all thought she was dead.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for mine.
This is completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those 2 girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own crimes.
This isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen, I
The
know...
laws apply
That's
when
not
we
true.
need them.
That's
I
not
mean, a
true.
certain level of privilege should be afforded to...
To who?
This is how it's always been.
Yes. See, this is exactly to what I'm speaking. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who
They should
will
change their
dare
lives.
Challenge their brutality when it
I'm not
leads to
feeling
our
bad for
dear
Snow.
citizens?
Not Snow, but
Who
Beauty
will
and Beast.
protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby? Miss White!
Narissa?
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath, little
What's
one?
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
What?
She has something
She
to
has
say.
something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Vivian killed
Be
herself.
quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
Vivian killed herself back at the Pudding and Pie.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know
Nerissa! My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only 2 people who ever gave a damn about me. And now I can finally say, you're an asshole.
We know what
We
happened.
know what happened.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him.
I'm winning the
We've
crowd!
never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you.
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after
What did you
this.
expect?
What did you expect to happen here? You're getting what you deserve.
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There
she
won't be
has a
more
point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been
I
enough
don't give a
bloodshed
shit
So
what
we
you
get
do.
rid
It's
of
too
him.
dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you
We
aren't
should vote.
suggesting yourself.
Why not?
We should have a vote. Make it democratic.
Do you really think that's going to work?
He's right. Nobody can agree on anything.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He should be the judge.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Shit.
Just do what you think is right.
Yes, Sheriff. Do what you think is right.
Teach him a fucking lesson.
No.
He has to
We
die.
can look.
Throw him down the well.
Everyone, I'm...
Not this way.
Cute. Well, at least justifies everything. Wow, that was kind of a lag thing there. It.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment.
In this moment.
Try to sleep. You're going to miss me.
I won't.
What? What did I do? Oh. In this moment, have our day come. I don't remember the song.
Lily. And Faith.
Yes. Another one of us to erase from the books.
So what happens? Does everyone forget about the Crooked Man? Wait, what were we talking about? That's the way the justice system works in Fabletown. The north wind blows. Man, that north wind blows. The Woodland Luxury Apartments. 1 day later. Ah, he looks much better. Tired as all fuck. He should be asleep for like weeks. He's been up for like the last 3 or 4 days.
Hey, Sheriff.
Hey, Prince.
Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
We gotta protect the pig. Carl, Clarence.
This fucking line.
Hey. Hey.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Oh, he's right over here. Everything okay?
Is everything okay? You look...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
Man.
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
Oof. Book of Fables entry unlocked.
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
Ah, Colin. Colin Farrell. Where do you get that beard? So, is that it? Are we going to have to deal with the frog? Trying to keep his family in glamours? I wonder what the frog family is going to look like. Got an extra long episode here. But this is like the last one. Didn't want to cut it up. Oh, they're going to the farm.
I'm going. Jesus.
We only have like 5 minutes.
Carry me, for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit. You forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day. Shit.
I try to help.
Just go grab that, would you? Sorry about all this. I tried to help. Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance. But Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway.
What?
Wait, Sheriff Bigby. I have something.
Did you go into glamours?
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Yeah.
Can you give this to Miss White, please?
Sure thing, Clementine.
Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so if you could bring it to
Sure.
her, she was nice.
Yeah, sure.
It's probably that
Couldn't
bug.
take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best. It's a willow beetle.
A
That's
willow.
a big one. They're cool, because when they're
She'll
little,
love it.
they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
Say nothing.
Come on. It won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No. Some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves.
So you wouldn't know, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
We're all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ.
Hey, Bigby,
What's up?
where's your friend, Colin? Where's the fucking pig?
How should I do? Did I say...
That's what I thought.
Ah, God, I didn't do it in time. Fuck me. Grandmaster Librarian. Why did I
Saying
get
goodbye?
them? Hey, Narissa. You look good in clothes.
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you
Still
still wearing
wearing
that ribbon? Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I would be
guess
afraid
I
to
am.
take it off.
It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just...
I understand.
It's okay. I get it.
I would be afraid to
Listen,
take off that ribbon, too.
I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place.
It's okay.
Can you imagine the lengths they go just to silence someone who had physical evidence?
Narissa, just tell me what happened.
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
You were trying
You
to protect.
were just trying to protect them.
Yeah. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then... Oh, God.
Give her a cigarette. She doesn't like huff and puffs, though.
Thank you. I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the Crooked Man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the Crooked Man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
Say nothing.
I I know he ordered their deaths.
Whoa!
I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after... that night, after Faith. I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
You?
Huh.
I walked her over here, and I left her.
So I would notice.
You were trying to get my attention. So you started all this.
I just pointed you in the right direction.
Yeah.
People like us get forgotten all the time. The Crooked Man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence. And the world likes it that way. We just fade. Like we never existed.
I love that saying. I'm going to use it
I couldn't
now.
watch that happen to Faith. Or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
I'm sorry you had
sorry,
to do it.
Nerissa. I'm sorry that's what it took to get me to pay attention.
It'll be different now. You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her, or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team.
That
The way you
shading
look
is
out
weird.
for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
Say nothing. Dramatic silence.
Look, Bigby. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened.
I'm quite
You
sure.
listened when no one else would. You knew when to show mercy, and you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the Crooked Man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing. You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance.
I hope I
against the
done
Crooked
some
Man,
good.
It was you.
I hope I've at least done some good here.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you. You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
Thank you, Nerissa. She seems so much happier wearing clothes, and I don't blame her.
I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too.
Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little
Did
Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about
He
Faith?
said he wanted to run more tests.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
Go after her.
I'll see you around, Wolf.
Huh. Happily ever after. What did you do to Georgie? You and 31.4% of players left Georgie to die. Okay, good. I'm in the minority there. You and 89.6% of players brought the Crooked Man back alive. Comparatively to what? Dead? How did you punish the Crooked Man? You and 38.6% of players threw the Crooked Man down the witching well. Well, let's think about it this way. I could have ripped his head off. I could have thrown him down the well, and I could have imprisoned him for eternity. So I think that is not necessarily good. Did you accept TJ's gift for Snow? You and 98.5% of players decided to accept TJ's gift for Snow. Wow. Wow. What were your last words to Nerissa? You and 58.4% of players said, I hope I've done some good here. Huh. Well, that was The Wolf Among Us. I hope that your decisions were different than mine. Assuming that you watched up to this point, I at least hope that you bought the game, played it for yourself, and then saw what I'd done with my options. If not, I hope this incentivized you to buy the game for yourself and try some kind of different options. Regardless, let us see. Special stats. Okay, neat. You impressed her with your detective skills. Okay, cool. You fought him after the interrogation. You offered him protection at the business office. You gave him a drink when he asked for one in your apartment. You helped him to avoid the farm. I wanted him. Let's see. You left him back to the witching well. You took him back to the witching well. You tossed him down the witching well. You left him to die, and you smashed up his place. You drank with Gren after Lily's funeral. You pretended to be woodsman while she was passed out. You gave her a cigarette during your final conversation. You brought her along with you to the Trip Trap, and you promised to bring the Crooked Man back alive. You chose to wait for him. You accepted his beetle and promised to give it to Snow. You stood up for him when Snow wanted to send him to the farm. And you chose to arrest him at the Trip Trap bar. Okay. That was... Oh. The Wolf Among Us. I don't think that there's going to be a copyright strike here, but seeing as this is the final episode, I think I should at least let the credits run and allow all these wonderful people who put a lot of hard work and effort and good storytelling, wonderful characters, very lovely voice acting, just loved it. I don't think that it held the same kind of pull that The Walking Dead did, especially with Season 2. Season 1, awesome. Season 2, even better. I loved The Walking Dead Season 2, and I don't think this one actually lived up to the same expectations as either Walking Dead series. Back to the Future, I think this one was better than... Characteristic-wise, I think these had better characters than... Back to the Future series, but as for storytelling, I liked the Back to the Future better than this one, so this one kind of is lower on them. I'm not saying that the characters in this game were not nice. In fact, they were very good. So this is definite buy. If you can get it for $15. $20 only if you desperately want to play this game. And as I've been saying throughout this whole entire series, you should, oh, me? Why, you're welcome. But these kind of games, you have to play for yourself without having any idea going into it. And, yeah, Fables. Okay, so that's the name of the book series, Fables, by Tim Wellington. Continue the story. Okay, pick up graphic novel today. Alright, hopefully this doesn't pop me up into a different menu. So, yep, that was The Wolf Among Us. As always, thank you for watching. Expect to see a whole entire... Oh, wait. I think there may be a Book of Fables. Is there any more that we can read in here? Yes, there is. Okay. Let's see. Fabletown Justice. When a criminal is captured in Fabletown, the traditional procedure is to hold a formal hearing in front of the community and concerned parties. However, exceptions are often made to expedite the process. In reality, there aren't any hard and fast rules for those types of situations, and the extent to which policies are upheld can depend on who is being charged. A new order. With Crane out of the picture, Mayor Cole has officially appointed Snow White as the Director of Operations and Deputy Mayor in his absence. Many would say the promotion is a long time coming since she was instrumental in the establishment of Fabletown and personally ensured that many Fables made it to the new world safely. She's also been doing the work of Deputy Mayor unofficially for years. Sheriff Bigby. After fleeing the homelands, Bigby Wolf spent many years wandering through Europe, with a fable colony quickly developing in the New World. Snow White and Feathertop tracked down the wolf and offered him passage to Fabletown. He agreed, and Snow cut him with a lycanthropy-stained knife to give him the power to change into human form at will. Why didn't they do that with many other fables? Bigby became sheriff of Fabletown under King Cole's administration, but because of his violent past, many fables didn't trust him, and he was banned from ever setting foot on the farm. To this day, he struggles to redeem himself in the eyes of the community. I am not exactly in love with the... What's this? Silver bullets. Oh, okay. Alright, because of my new monitor setup, I think a lot of things are kind of screwy. And I will try to fix that in upcoming projects. But thank you for watching. I will see you in the next thing that I do. See you then. Bye!